And that's why the N-word should be used all the time, guys.
Oh, no, Weekend, I just started recording! Oh, man. You're gonna be so embarrassed. But hey, everybody, welcome back to the PCP. The new version for Season 2, it's the Patron Choice Poll. The only show on the internet where we all put movies on a poll. And the 108 wonderful members of the measly few get to vote for what we watch and review every month. And you guys made a heck of a good choice today. I think with over 50% of the vote, I won with my choice of epic movie. Been waiting a long time for this one. Of course, I am Simian D. Jimmy, joined as always by the Weekend Warrior.
Hello, guys. This was a great choice from the patrons. I can't fucking believe we watched this great movie, and it's just wow. Just I have no words. It's amazing.
Another man who was wowed by the fine film, E. Rich McCoy.
Yeah, I had several moments of what the fuck am I doing watching this movie while watching this movie, and I can't wait to get to talk about when exactly those moments were.
And the newest member of the PCP, Eggy Eggman Rodriguez.
I just want to remind everybody, including the audience, that this won over Boys in the Hood. And you know what? I'm glad you all get to live with yourselves out there in the audience. Thank you for your time.
I think you were a close second. I think Boys in the Hood was like 28%, and then Atlas, that Weekend picked. I don't know if that broke double digits.
Listen, when I saw the late Fred Willard shit himself after fucking a man on Cialis, I said, you know what? John Singleton could never create this fine cinema. I stood up and applauded.
Now, we have come full circle here, and I don't know if you guys caught it. Weekend and E-Rich, do you remember what the first movie we watched for the PCP was?
Hell no.
No.
It was Paul Blart Mall Cop. Do you know the connection that film has to this film?
Are they the same writers? Oh.
E-Rich, you got a guess?
One of the stars? Is the
Lucy
woman
the dipshit
also,
is the love interest to Paul Blart.
Yeah, I looked up. I like to give you a little insight into what I do while I'm watching these movies. I am definitely digging into the Wikipedia pages of every single one of the actors, just being like, have they been in anything good? Is there anything going on here?
She had a really good 2007. I think that's about when Paul Blart came out. You know, this is the face of comedy for a little bit. This woman who I don't think has been in anything in 20 years, maybe.
She's definitely married to the other star of this movie.
What, she is?
Yeah.
Is she the girl that I thought Anna Faris was?
Yes.
Yeah, she's definitely an Anna Faris type. She's definitely like the C tier Anna Faris.
Anna Faris is the C tier Anna Faris.
Maybe then she's like a G or an F tier.
She was in Glee for 6 seasons, and I didn't watch it because I'm heterosexual, but I mean, that's, you know, it was a very popular television series at that time. But yes, that's, I found that very interesting that she's actually much more successful than her husband, who plays Peter in the film. And they met on set and fell in love and have been married for 17 years.
Holy shit, this movie created a whole relationship. Do they have children? And the kids will have to know. They only exist because of Epic Movie.
Imagine being a child raised by the stars of Epic Movie, and they just talk about meeting each other on the set of Epic Movie all the time.
And the kid's like poking at his back to see if chicken wings pop out.
What happened when she like wore the pea rug coat at the end of the movie? That's when the guy said to his kid, "You know what? That's when I fell in love with her." This is what fucking happened.
That's when he was like, "I'm gonna marry that woman."
Marry her, yeah. The fuck.
So this is a movie that I've been obsessed with almost my whole life because I did see it in theaters when I was 12. I imagine the PG-13 version that played in theaters is not what I watched yesterday because I saw a woman's entire naked body, including her pussy. Did you guys watch this version of the movie?
I saw some boobs.
Yeah. Well, when the entirely naked woman walks out of the wardrobe kind of early on, and you see her everything.
Maybe I didn't see that version.
Oh, and speaking of Fred Willard, you know, and when they pull up on him the first time, I didn't see her pussy, but, you know, she had some nice titties hanging out.
Yeah, I wonder if the PG-13 theatrical version did not have the titties, because that seems like a hard R to me.
Yeah, I would say so. Listen, whatever version's on lookmovie.to, that's...
Yeah, they tend to post like the unrated director's cuts on there, so that's good, at least for me. At least I got 2 pairs of titties to enjoy in the film. But as a kid...
Hold on.
Okay.
When Monkey seeks out epic movie, he's like, I want to see the director's pure, unrefined, uncut vision.
I just want to see beautiful naked women. Arrest me. Is that a crime now? To try to find one diamond in the rough of this wonderful film? But I've been obsessed because when I was 12 and I saw this movie, it blew my mind and I thought it was hilarious. And my parents did not see it with me. I saw it with my friends, but then when my parents picked me up, I told them the entire plot of the movie on the drive home, and they did not seem as impressed as I was. So I've been dying to watch this again to see if it held up. And it turns out 12-year-old me is very stupid. This movie was not good at all.
I can't imagine your parents being like, "Oh, he wants to see epic movie. Well, we're not going to that." And then later on, you explaining the plot of epic movie to them, and then just being like,
"Well, because to me, the ultimate punchline is when he finds the click remote." So I thought they needed the 10 minutes of context building up to it.
It's funny that you said 12 years, Monkey, because incidentally, I was cleaning my room and I saw like a book which had like my notes in it, and I was obsessing over a girl. It's like,
wow. Oh, can we hear these notes? That's more interesting than the film.
It's like, wait, let me just, what, sorry?
I would rather hear you read these notes than talk about the film.
Okay, let me just pull it up. So, what did I say here? I said, okay, here it is. 2012 weekend here. I still have an unhealthy girl complex. The girl's name. I'm not gonna like say her name, just like that. So, and then below it, 12 years later, bro, girl can go fuck herself.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it had a happy ending.
That today. Yeah. So.
He got black-pilled. He realized, fuck these women. Why am I letting them take over my emotional state in my journal? I should be drawing pictures of T-Rexes eating monster trucks.
This journal should be for pure thoughts, like pictures of monster trucks and fucking planes shooting things.
Or the PlayStation 5 or whatever the fuck, right? Oh, it's funny that you said black pill, because there's like a red pill moment here where Mystique branch swings or hypergamy when Peter is gonna be like the king of Narnia, and she's like, "Hey, I guess I'm gonna hop on the future king of Narnia here," and she tries to bone him as a disgusting fat.
Well, I mean, she says, "Hey, I can transform into anything, Peter. Let's make your wildest fantasies come true." So he wants the big ghetto booty. He wants some big inflated titties, but then he wants like a unibrow, and it starts going downhill from there. That was one of the funnier scenes of the film. That's
like the whole movie. Everything goes down.
Should we even attempt a plot recap so that we can...
Oh, I have a synopsis. Okay. I found a great synopsis, actually. 4 adult orphans have an incredible adventure in a spoof of blockbuster and fantasy films. After winning a random ticket contest to tour a chocolate factory, they all enter a magical realm where they must embrace their true destiny. Yeah, so that's the fucking movie.
Do you think that's what they said at the pitch meeting?
No, they probably said, "What's famous today? X-Men. Yeah, let's put X-Men there. Chronicles of Narnia. Sure, why the fuck not? Yeah," and just fucking did it.
Everich, how many of these references have lost cultural relevance in 2024?
Let's say about 80% of them.
You don't think Nacho Libre is top of mind?
The fact that the entire movie is basically based on the Chronicles of Narnia is like wild to me. That's the thing they chose. They were going to focus the entire movie for.
Well, there's also a lot of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, not too much of that.
As I recall from the year that some of our viewers that probably were born the year that this was released.
Born after this released.
Yeah. The promotional material was very heavy on Crispin Glover as Willy Wonka dancing to Fergalicious in the chocolate factory.
My favorite
while
scene.
the organs are harvested. Now, see, the thing of it is, I'd never seen this movie before, but I remember that promotional material. That would be like the 15-second teaser trailer. That'd be like, whoa, it's wacky, and he'd be dancing to Fergalicious for like 7 seconds of the 15-second trailer. But yeah, this scene, after they get their tickets in these roundabout mishap ways, which is possibly the most substantial or I should say, maybe is that the right word? Part of the film to me, the most like forward narrative is them like in their quirky and unfortunate situations receiving their Willy Wonka tickets. Everything just starts kind of going completely referential after that for the most part.
Well,
but
even then, like all of them exist in a different movie. Like is it Cal Penn, Rich? I don't know who Harold and Kumar are.
They keep making fucking Superman movie jokes about like the plot of the movie Superman Returns, and it's because Cal Penn is in that movie as the fucking like assistant to the villain.
That's why he keeps saying this is the plot of Superman, and then also he's like talking about White Castle a lot, and he's like, oh, I think I've been there before. But Cal Penn, I believe he's an Indian man. He's playing a Mexican in this movie. He's at the Mexican orphanage from Nacho Libre, and we have a fake Jack Black. And frankly, at this point, I would rather have this fake phony baloney Jack Black.
Is preferable. Yeah,
I prefer him because he thinks nacho cheese flavored Doritos are delicious, and he screams that for a long time. And I tend to agree on that one. And Jack Black, the real man, I don't know if I've agreed with any of his opinions in quite a while.
I'm just gonna add something to the Nacho Libre scene because like
Nacho.
Okay, sure. Oh my god! Did you peek? Oh my fucking god!
Now I've been doing it the whole time. It must be cutting out.
Oh my god!
It's cutting out.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you.
So.
Okay, you can talk. I'll be quiet.
So it's like this is like the proof that they're so lazy in their comedy for me. Because when you see that like Kal Penn says he wants to be a wrestler and then not Jack Black sicks a kid on him, the obvious joke would be the kid beats him up, right? That's the obvious joke.
That's what they do.
Went for. Yeah. But for me, what would have been funny is Kal Penn just beating the shit out of the kid and shrugs in front of the screen. What the fuck did you expect, motherfucker? Then from the corpse of the child, he gets the ticket. That would have been funnier to me. Like, this is just...
Weekend, I've got a film franchise you're gonna love. It's called Medea, and she beats the shit out of lots of children.
Oh yeah, don't you turn Medea into Shrek for your copyright?
Some might say it has a Shrek resemblance.
Oh, sure, okay.
Some might say.
And I'm just gonna also say that's most of the humor of this movie is like, I would say like there are 4 types of humor here: retarded acts, physical comedy, gross out humor, reference, and a combination of the above. Yeah, so that's basically all the humor in this fucking movie. There was a fucking scene where the girl just vomits for like too fucking long.
Yeah, I was hardcore on my phone at that point.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I at least I admire that particular scene. The fact that they went out of their way to make very realistic streams of vomit. I mean, it's obviously like coming
realistic
out of her head. I mean, like the texture of it. Like they could have just they could have gone like a Nickelodeon slime or something. But they whoever was in the special effects, they really went out of their way to make it realistic.
Well, I don't know if any of you...
It wasn't realistic, but, that's just my opinion as somebody who's suffered with gastric problems. Anyway, but speaking of Jack
Aggie, I know
Black,
you haven't seen the AVGN movie, but, like, AVGN copies the scene. Like, it's the exact same vomit effect.
Wow.
Hey, you know what? Hey, but James Rolfe, he's a professional.
It was somehow less funny when he did it. At least this had a sexy black lady.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jack Black and black people, there's a fellow Jack Black. He's in the smash hit Borderlands film we all enjoyed. There's another man in this film who is also in Borderlands, and he is not credited in this film.
Kevin Hart, right?
Hell yeah! I was gonna say.
Wild.
Who was Kevin Hart in this movie?
He was the fucking albino guy.
Yeah, the white guy from Da Vinci Code.
No, it was not him.
Yeah, it was.
It says uncredited.
Oh my fucking god, that cannot be.
Yeah.
The dude who was
If you look at him,
flagellating himself, what's that called when you hit yourself in the back with whips?
flagellating. Yeah,
That was
flagellating.
not Kevin Hart. That's crazy.
It was him.
It was.
Oh
No,
my
it's funny.
fuck.
He did not put his credits in. It's either one of two things. The director didn't think he was worthy to be credited, or he knew it was a piece of shit and said, "You know what? Don't put my name there."
Well,
No, he absolutely did it on a lark, and then realized I've got a career burgeoning. I can't be known as the guy who plays the fucking.
well, now he's going to be
albino
known
guy.
as Diddy's good friend, who, as soon as the Diddy news came out, Kevin Hart closed all of his restaurants.
Oh, wow. I wonder why.
Just can't stop losing.
He just happened to have a place called Ping Pong Comet Pizza.
There's a Diddy joke in this fucking movie.
Diddy, yeah, fake Diddy appears in the film for a freak out.
Yeah.
A big freak off.
And
At
since
least
you're-
this movie was on the right side of history because the fake Diddy gets a bottle broken over his head and knocked out. That's something that Kevin Hart was too afraid to do. He was too afraid to put his name on his character. The guy whose name is in the credits, if you look up this guy, he was actually an extra in the Nacho Libre orphanage. But, like, for some reason, they just fucking took his name and said that it was who Kevin Hart played. But Kevin Hart is this guy. They just fucking mismatched his name intentionally for some reason. But this film stands the test of time on the right side of history. That's right.
also, David Carradine makes a cameo.
Yeah, he's the professor guy from the beginning of the movie.
I mean, most importantly, Jennifer Coolidge plays the white bitch,
The white bitch. Yeah.
who I think 2-time Emmy winner for her role in White Lotus.
Really? Damn, I didn't know that.
Very good show, and she is the best character. She did deserve those Emmys. Although, if she was up against Kim Wexler, Kim should have got it the second
They've
time.
gotten it, yeah.
First time that Jennifer Coolidge came in on screen when after the Lucy character, she gets taken in by Mr. Tumnus. They have a little sketch in his hovel. And then
MTV
Edward,
Cribs.
Yeah.
Timely reference. There's also
Extensive.
Punked
An
reference. in the movie.
extensive Cribs pair.
I liked, they did kind of like the reverse thing, like the wicka wicka what? Then when Edward, played by Kumar, he comes into the closet of Narnia and he meets up with the white bitch. She comes on screen, and I said, "How did Lana Del Rey time travel back 17 years ago to be this character?" And the resemblance was uncanny, but turns out it was somebody else. Like it had to be. I don't know if I mean, I'm sure I've seen films with Jennifer Coolidge before, but just something about
American
her,
Pie?
appearance. Oh yeah. The appearance here just immediately was Lana Del Rey. I don't know if it was the snowy background that kind of had a bit of that soft Lana Del Rey energy, but yeah, the resemblance to me was immediate, but it wasn't.
Should I consider myself privileged that I don't know who Lana Del Rey is?
Sure.
Probably.
Is it a good thing I've avoided knowing who this is?
I don't really know what it is. It's just
Okay, good.
Oh well,
We're
listen.
all on the
Obviously,
same page.
Listen, I mean, you would think I would be the guy who would be around the least amount of women, but obviously I've been around too many, and I do not have this privilege to have avoided this.
You got to date women with better
You're a
taste.
songwriter, baby.
I've decided I don't like this thing I haven't
number
heard.
2 behind Taylor Swift for women's favorite music, but either way.
God, women have some dog shit taste, it sounds like. The black character, the movie that she's in at the beginning is Snakes on a Plane, and we have this great Samuel L. Jackson impersonator, and he says, "I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane." And
So
then he
many
says
times.
it about 8 more times.
Right.
Meanwhile, there's a snake biting a dude on the cock, which I did laugh at, and then a woman
It's
with
wild.
2 snakes hanging from her titties runs out.
Right. It's really wild to me that like the primary joke is he just says, "I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane," and he says it like 8 times, and that's the entire like joke purpose of that scene.
And it gets
Like-
even more egregious when they have the Borat parody. it's not a parody. They're literally copying the jokes from Borat and just doing them again. There's nothing added. It's like he starts making out with a chick. That my sister. Yeah. Yeah, you stole a fucking scene from Borat. Jesus.
Yeah.
So they all go to. Okay, go ahead.
Well, just one thing about the Samuel L. Jackson thing. See, once again, for our younger viewers, see at the time, it landed. Actually, it would shock you that this joke did land. When the film released, because this was like the skibbity toilet of our time. For our young, so when you say like, on God, I got skibbity riz, and you want to like say dumb shit like that for every other joke. This is what we had to work with in 2007 was like, like caricatures in MS Paint of Samuel L. Jackson saying this one line. So listen, it was a different time of jokes, but the more things change, the more they stay the same. So just this one single joke repeated, just like you like your brain rot then, this was our brain rot back then. So now it didn't age so well, but a little frame of reference.
Yeah, I think it was like a viral trailer for the movie, and that was a line in the trailer. Because I don't think anybody actually saw the film, did they?
I did.
Yeah,
You did see it, Weekend?
No, I did not.
Oh, should we put it on the poll this week or this month?
Sure, why the fuck
Snakes
not?
on a Plane, that's going to be your choice?
Sure, why the fuck not?
But anyway, all the orphans, they end up getting golden tickets to go to the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. And my favorite part of the movie, Crispin Glover. You Zoomers might not have heard of him before. It's for many good reasons, but he does play Marty McFly's dad in the original Back to the Future, not the sequel. Because there's a big dispute.
Specifically. Yeah.
Yes.
They say it's wild that they made the Indian guy eat shit.
I mean, I don't know why the chocolate colored shit sewer line is going through the candy room, but yeah, Cal Penn does eat like a big turd, which I believe me and Eggy also have done on camera. When Kino Corner came over and he made us a big turd to eat. That is a snack tester episode. Go check that one out.
Well, somebody told me on a recent stream, they said Toby is apparently a name that originates in South Asia. I don't believe that's true, but he said, you said you're Indian because I've got on my father's side Ojibwe heritage. He's like, are you sure you're not actually the other kind?
Dot instead of feather.
Maybe that particular YouTube video doesn't lend me any credence, but either way.
Well, if I recall, Toby is a popular Naruto character, and I'm pretty sure that's in Asia.
Perhaps.
Naruto takes place in Asia?
I think so.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a fictional setting.
I think it was in China, yeah. Naruto, yeah.
It's a big place. Anything could be going on in there.
Yeah.
But this is a great actual parody. Like Willy Wonka, the kids do get tortured a little bit. So for the parody, they're like literally turning them into the food, and he gets hit in the nuts, and then his nuts fall out, and it's now
I have a
nuts
question
for a chocolate bar.
Is he actually dancing in some parts because the camera?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, there were parts where he was zoomed in, so that's him. But like he was doing the tumbling and across the bridge. I was like, is he?
I feel like a lot of the tumbling isn't him, but like the dancing might have been him.
Well, later on, they have a joke about Aslan or Aslo the lion, who's played by Fred Willard. In the fight scene, he's replaced with just like an Asian kung fu guy, and it's very obvious. So for them to do it obviously in one scene and then to hide it from us with Crispin Glover would be hypocritical, I think.
And I believe there was another prior scene. I couldn't specifically recall which one off the top of my head, but I think there was another scene where a stunt double was obviously used. David Carradine in the beginning, obviously, like you can see, like he's obviously somebody else. And then there's also some egregious ragdolling with mannequins, like where the fucking plastic is shining off the mannequin's face. So,
you say egregious like it was a mistake or lazy. I think that was the point.
Yeah, well, I mean, but at the same time, I don't know. It was just like, I get it, but I think I like the stunt double. Obvious cuts. That was
especially because he was Asian. Yeah, it's like not even the same race or body size. See, we're all laughing, enjoying, reminiscing about a funny film. I think E-Rich's half-star review is way too harsh. It deserves the 1.5 stars that I gave it. Because
what does it deserve 1.5 stars for?
The casting,
what is the positive?
It's a god tier cast. Like they got Jennifer Coolidge, Fred Willard, Cal Penn. Like, all these people are very funny outside of this
Cal
movie.
Penn, I will not grant you. That was very easy to do back in the early 2000s before he worked for Obama.
Cal Penn worked for Obama?
Yeah.
Look it up.
Doing what?
He got killed early in House because he had to work for Obama.
What? I guess I don't know anything about his career. I didn't know he was in House.
Yeah. And then they turned it into like some sort of suicide prevention special episode.
In House, there were a bunch of like, what are like doctor interns or something?
Interns.
Like,
yeah, they're interns. Yeah.
Yeah, like a new class of
A
like
resident?
4 or 5 people. Yeah, residents, and like one of them was Cal Penn, and so they killed off his character. So
With suicide?
go work for Obama. Yeah,
So, yeah, that's the implication, and
Wow.
that's what they went with. Yeah.
Should I watch House? I hear a lot of good things about it.
it's pretty
House is
good.
funny.
He's very rude and crude. That House.
Yeah.
British doctor
What
says
Dr.
some mean
House?
things. Oh, he's not British, is he? The actor is.
The actor's British. Yeah. The character is all
That's why-
American.
He's Holmes. That's why it's House. Homies. Holmes.
Homeboy.
So, Everett, you're telling me that this film has a scene where Willy Wonka, Crispin Glover, is dancing to Fergalicious, and a woman
Right.
gets decapitated, and her head it becomes like a sour lemon head. You say that's worth half a star? That pure kino scene?
The half a star is for the 4 minutes that Crispin Glover is in this movie.
Yeah, I feel the same way, but his presence boosted it even more than half for me. You can't say it earned half a star when that's the lowest minimum you can give.
Yeah, I tried to do 0, but
I think you could post a review without giving a star rating. Doesn't that count as 0, or you just wanted to help drag it down in the average?
I need to drag down the total.
Yes. Yeah, I'd say watch the Willy Wonka dancing Fergalicious scene on YouTube and skip the rest of the movie.
Fair. Correct.
So it's your standard plot of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The orphans one by one are going into Narnia because they have to put a G at the start of it, like Nasty Nork. I do appreciate that. And yeah, Lucy meets Mr. Tumnus and gets a MTV Cribs tour of his house and meets Diddy and all that.
The parts with Tumnus in this movie are hard for me because I can not really understand the actor who's playing Tumnus.
There's a scene when I guess Kevin Hart is shooting Mr. Tumnus to death, and he has a very long, drawn-out death scene, and then at the end of the movie, he just walks in.
And I have 2 comments about that. First, there's a common thread. Also, I noticed the jokes are too fucking long. Like the vomit scene, I noticed I could 2x speed where I was watching, so I did that. And the vomit scene was still too fucking long. It was crazy.
You gotta stretch
like,
out to 90 minutes somehow.
It's like they're trying too hard. Like maybe if we do it again, they'll laugh. And no, bro, we're not gonna fucking laugh.
Well, we're not fucking laughing, bro.
We need to move on to something that made everybody laugh, and that is, of course, the Harry Potter parody. Now, E-Rich, you're our resident Harry Potter expert, and you still defend it and its author to this day entirely.
Yeah. I mean, J.K. Rowling has never done anything wrong in her life.
Now, this was
none of her characters are
2007.
very inappropriate.
E-Rich, which Harry Potter film was out in 2007? Like the 4th one?
Let's say either the 3rd or 4th one. Yeah.
The entire joke in this movie is that the actors are too old to be playing Harry, Hermione, and Ron.
Early teenagers, and that's it.
They thought they were too old in 2007. I can't imagine by the time Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out.
Yeah.
Is this like what is the point of this? Why do we have 50-year-old men playing Harry Potter? And that's the joke. Daniel Radcliffe was an appropriate age still in 2007.
Mm-hmm. It's literally just because there's been 5 movies at that point. It was the 5th one. Shit, that's wild.
But didn't these start in 2001?
Yeah.
So he would have been like 18 playing a 16-year-old who gives a fuck.
I mean, the joke was at this rate, like after 3 or 4 more movies, they're going to be like grown-ass men, like men and women. But like
they're adults in the final book, aren't they? Don't they turn 18?
Yeah, they turn 18.
Like, Jesus, dude. What is this criticism? What are you parodying?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just what if they were older. But the guy who plays Harry is the voice of one of the tallest in Invader Zim and one of the aliens in Lilo and Stitch. Like, he's a very like well-known voice actor that as soon as he was talking, I was like, wait, where have I heard him before?
Well, he's also a member of the Kids in the Hall. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Whitest kids you know is better, and I'm saying that based on nothing.
W. Cook.
We have a parody of the Lonely Island song "Lazy Sunday," but instead of
this is the nadir of the movie. This is where I was literally like embarrassed to be watching it. I was embarrassed that anyone had to make it. It kept going on and on and on. They like changed the song like 3 times to like do something else, like the sexy lady part and stuff like that. Like, I just could not.
So I think the connection is in that song, but Lazy Sunday.
They're saying the Chronicles
of Narnia. Now this is a Narnia parody, but they're doing it with Jack Sparrow, and it's about being a pirate. And I don't understand, what is the point of doing a parody of something that's already a comedy in the first place? Like, you think you can derive more comedy off of ripping off a literal comedy that was meant to be funny originally? Like, why are they doing parodies of other comedies?
Because they don't have any originality, bro. The joke, like for instance, the Tumnus joke, you could have made it. Okay, like the Tumnus joke. Okay, he's alive, whatever. But you could have done it more funny because he was shot in the heart, right? That's how he died. But he walks in with a fucking bandage on his head. He should have been like, like there's a huge bullet on his torso or something. And they're just lazy about making a joke or like crafting this movie. It's just reference, it's gonna work. Oh, let's put in Pirates of the Caribbean. What? And then that's funny, right? And it fucking worked for a while because this movie made money.
Lazy Sunday, wake up in the late afternoon, call Darnell just to see how he's doing. Yo, what up, Yo, Sandberg, what's cracking? You thinking what I'm thinking? Narnia, man, it's happening. Is the voice of Jerry Smith the man in this music video?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Chris Parnell.
Oh, Parnell, that's
God.
right.
You know, and speaking of lazy comedy in this film, there is a scene that references the Mel Gibson drunken meltdown. But what do? He basically is just like, I'm drunk, fuck you. And then they kick him in the balls. I'm like, listen, there was a lot of material to work with from what I recall. What he was saying to those police officers, they definitely could have, spiced this up. A little more provocative if they want people farting and puking on each other. I mean, what's too far? I guess maybe certain things are too far.
Yeah, if you have Mel Gibson,
balls and he falls over.
Mel Gibson sharing a jail cell with a man of dark skin, they could have done so many wonderful things.
I just don't think it's normal for you to be here with me or something. Yeah.
Are just like, why didn't they play the raw audio from the voicemails Mel Gibson left and then have the dude like lip sync to him?
Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah,
and I think we've covered every other part of the movie throughout this, so we don't have to do much of a synopsis anymore, other than
about 30. And like you guys, I was in the group chat being like, what the fuck am I doing? About 30 minutes into the movie, I was like, I feel like I've been watching this for an hour and a half. Why? Movies can be like the fucking planet on Interstellar, where it's like 30 minutes can last like 5 hours.
Yeah, time dilation's fucking
planet.
Shit.
Yeah, like I was just like, I can't believe that it's only been 30 minutes. I could not fathom watching another hour, and yeah, I did.
Well, Aggie, you said that this movie flew by, and you actually watched it a second time immediately when it ended.
Well, see, I sit down and it says it's a 92-minute runtime, and the credits start rolling at like 78 minutes in, and it turns out there's like it's just outtakes for about 8 minutes, and then it's just they're not good, so don't watch them. Right. I sat through, I watched them.
The shit that didn't make it into this great film isn't good because the stuff that was in the movie was so good.
I mean, it's. When I say outtakes, although this is something this is what like drew up a little bit more of like why didn't they do more with Mel Gibson? I thought, it could be anything, time constraints or whatever, but then there's like outtakes, the Mel Gibson guy's just like wandering around the set, like fucking with people. It's like if he's there, he didn't do shit. He was in the movie for about 10 seconds. So like, why the fuck not? You know, you could have done more. But anyways, yeah, it's just the outtakes are just like them like fucking their lines up. There's about probably 3 of the 8 minutes of outtakes are like bottles that are supposed to be breaking over people's heads that like they miss when they swing. And they're like, oh, oops, I missed again. Oh, oops, it replays like 50 times. Oh, oops, I missed again.
Oh my god!
So it must have been infuriating to be on that set because it was already such dog shit they were filming, and you can't like fucking like take. I mean, who even cares? Like the movie's full of dumb shit anyway. Like fuck, okay, you swing one time and the bottle fucking hits something else. Okay, why not even just leave it in? Like why would like? It was just not pleasant to watch those outtakes. It didn't make me enjoy anything anymore. In fact, it was just more irritating, I think, overall. But yeah, so the movie's really only like 78 minutes long if you skip through the fucking credits that are worthless.
And that's why you started watching it again, because you needed a palate cleanser after those bad outtakes.
Said, listen, you know what? There's something about Lucy, Jayma Mays, you know, I love really stupid women. There's something that's just really attractive about women with nothing going on in their brain. So I said, let me get another dose real quick.
How was it? Did you want some more after, or did you get this is enough?
Well, I just, you know, the second time that she gets knocked down by Fred Willard, I said, oh my goodness, you know, the alpha male of all history, rest in peace. You know, I just couldn't compete.
Any final thoughts on this fine film? Because I'm done talking about it. Other than the click remote is, of course, why I wanted to watch it. And when you get the click remote to pause the battlefield,
yeah, they pause the battle and then they just beat the shit out of everyone.
Yeah, but while time is frozen, like the tassels on the people's weapons are blowing in the wind and shit.
Yeah,
as lazy as possible.
Tony Cox, the midget, Kumar goes to tackle him and he reacts. He's like, whoa, like dude, what the fuck? And then not to mention that white bitch. She is like, I fucking hate you kids, and they're not unfrozen yet. And then Jack Sparrow, like, what the fuck? He rolls the wheel over. Like, well, where? Like, what's the fucking area of effect radius on the time? Fuck.
It can't be too close or too far because we see a woman jogging, so he puts it in slow motion to watch her titties bounce. But then there's a big obese man shirtless jogging, and we get a close up of his titties bouncing.
And then I come in after with my BWC, but it is what it is.
Like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, some dude with like a 10-inch dildo in his pants had his cock flopping around.
I only laughed once in this movie, and it was when Magneto suddenly came in to the army, and his power suddenly activated, and a fucking pot hit his head. I don't know. That was just so fucking funny to me.
You didn't laugh at the final punchline when Borat says, oh, you make the movie have happy ending, and then Jack Sparrow on his giant wooden wheel crushes them to death, and then Borat says, not!
I laughed because it was
smash
like,
cut to credits.
The movie's over. Yeah.
It's like a laugh of like joy instead of like a laugh of comedy.
Finally, this fucking
I'm
movie's
free.
over. Yeah. Yeah.
Everett, what movie did I say I was going to put on the poll?
Huh?
In the chat yesterday, what movie did I say I was going to put on the poll? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I'll have to scroll up a bit.
I was going to say they should use this movie in Abu Ghraib to
no, that's too inhumane.
They should have made Harold and Kumar watch it at Guantanamo Bay.
Oh, I also found out in Wikipedia that Kal Penn was actually gay, and he's with a partner for like 11 years.
He's actually gay?
That's why he worked for Obama?
Wikipedia page, yeah.
We're learning a bunch about Kal Penn today.
Rich, it was Get Him to the Greek.
Oh, right.
Because it's got Diddy and Russell Brand. That's Diddy in the movie, right? I'm not being racist.
It is. No, it is.
Okay. Yeah. And of course, Jonah Hill, who we all still love.
I actually like Jonah Hill is like he's like on the edge,
borderline canceled.
Right.
Well, we'll see. He was excellent in Wolf of Wall Street. That's when I fell in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Final thoughts, so we can make the new PCP poll.
No one should waste their time with this movie.
No. Actually, I'm gonna. This is actually a great movie, and everyone should watch it because it's like an amazing cinematic experience. Don't you want to see reference that you Zoomer kids won't understand? Isn't that great? You learn something from history, exactly. So
Yeah, it's like
you should watch it.
It's a good culmination of the cultural moment of 2007.
Here's the thing. These movies are always going to have a very short shelf life because the things that they're parodying only last in the culture for about 5 to 7 years. And then after that, they kind of lose any relevance. But we made Airplane, and we made like the Naked Gun movies, and we made like all of these parody movies from like the 70s and 80s. Like Mel Brooks did a bunch of them, Blazing Saddles. We made parody movies back then that like actually had charm and wit to them, that actually have stood the test of time, and people like
2001: A Space Travesty.
Now that one I did not see, but
I'll add to you
why
later.
can't we still do those? I kind of don't understand why good spoof movies don't exist anymore.
Because
I
of
think the
woke.
problem is
No,
Sorry?
the woke. Yeah.
no,
The
no.
woke
It,
mind virus.
well, aside from the woke mind virus, we also have. I think the problem with the X movie genre type of movies, like epic movie,
What?
date movie, like
What?
no, like,
Epic movie. I thought you were saying like a porn website.
no.
Porn websites have destroyed the essence of parody movies.
They don't actually comment on the genre. I think if you actually like starting from Narnia would have been a good framework if you rode the fantasy line and talked about how silly these epic movies can get. But what they decide to do is just it's epic because it's a blockbuster, and that doesn't really make sense. And you're just X-Men and Narnia. I wouldn't call them epic movies, right? Like that.
Or fucking
that doesn't make
Borat.
sense to me. Yeah, Borat.
What's epic about
Nacho
Borat?
Libre.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
literally just what's in the pop culture at the time.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally it.
You're just making an excuse to make lazy jokes and make references and make money out of it for that particular period in time, but that doesn't work in the long run because what stays is like I think Airplane is a good satire on disaster movies or like airplane movies as a whole, right? And
Right.
Naked Gun is the police procedural. It's a commentary on that. And
Right.
it's like you're trying to say so you're poking fun at the genre but still having a good time, and this is not just a good time. This is like lowbrow dog shit squatter humor, and
Squatter humor.
yeah, it's
I would show this movie to vagrants that are moving through the area.
like it while
Have
they're
nothing
shitting
else.
in their pants, so it should be shown in California. So this movie sucks.
Yeah,
Actually-
out of these X movies, as you call them, I still think superhero movie reigns supreme, and that is mostly due to Leslie Nielsen and Drake Bell.
Yeah, Leslie Nielsen is actually in that one.
No, I think a superhero movie breaks the mold a little bit because they actually stick with the theme a little
Right.
bit there.
They did it right.
Unlike this shit. So
I think I've answered my own question with the answer. All that stuff just moved onto like YouTube and like the internet and stuff like that. Like
Oh yeah.
any kind of like parody that you'd want to see is probably being done online. So people would rather do that than shell out $15 to go to a movie theater and see some of the worst actors do it on your movie screen for about 78 minutes.
holy shit! I just realized superhero movie. Kevin Hart was there, right? When Liam. Oh shit! I forgot. Leslie Nielsen shot
Liam Nielsen.
Yeah, sorry. Like he shot Drake Bell and he shot Kevin Hart. That was funny.
I shoved Liam Neeson and Leslie Nielsen into the machine from The Fly just to see what would happen.
Eggy, did you have a final synopsis or whatever?
Well, I do want to say that it had been a while since I had seen something that was objectively terrible cinema. Ever since I've begun developing a critical lens of film, I just feel like I've been able to see the good and even what people think is bad. That basically is non-existent in this film. I don't even mind the referential humor, but it just isn't good. It might have landed back in 2007, but it's just a wholly unpleasant experience this time. I did actually laugh probably about 5 or 6 times throughout the film, but it's just those knee-jerk, I can't remember what else that I watched, maybe in the Smosh film, which was much more enjoyable, where they'd kind of have just like certain knee-jerk, like, kind of misdirection, maybe, like misdirection with the physical humor, that's always going to get a laugh out of me no matter what. It could literally be ass from Idiocracy. If you give me some misdirection with a physical conclusion, that's always going to get a chuckle out of me. But do not spend even 1 minute of your time watching this absolute schlock.
Wow.
It was completely, it just was like, I mean, I would probably rather have watched public access title cards scroll across my screen telling me like when the public garden was going to get watered or something. It was about the same level of enjoyment.
Go watch the Willy Wonka scene. Don't listen to Aggie, okay? There's at least 2 good minutes in the movie.
All right, fair point.
Okay. Aggie, if you had to rank all the PCP films you've seen, how does this compare to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
Well, I would say that comparatively, a travesty, sickening that any of these people had access to a camera or a script to produce this filth.
It's hard to believe that they're part of the same artistic genre of film.
It's like comparing the Sistine Chapel to somebody painting with their own feces on cardboard.
Sacha Baron Cohen did that in his show Who is America, and the liberal art snob had to pretend that this prisoner painting with his own shit is actually artistically merited.
Yep, and that's the person who produced, that's the executive producer for whatever genre of film this was. And thankfully, we've left that behind. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. At least if I'm watching something that's lay heckin' woke, I could maybe laugh at absurdity. But this just, it's almost like they intentionally were dodging any comedic result. Like they were just trying to make sure that no jokes landed, which I guess is impressive in its own right, but not something I care to watch again.
Did you guys see that evidently Happy Gilmore 2 is an anti-woke film?
No.
What do you mean no? It sounds good to me. They said
No, I mean, like,
woke
you
has
don't
ruined
see-
comedy and we're going to make the anti-woke Happy Gilmore.
No, you shouldn't have a sequel to Happy Gilmore. It's a great movie on its own.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
that's
that's
what
why you
I'm
were
going
upset.
about. Yeah.
I have not seen Happy Gilmore. Should somebody put that on the poll?
Sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen Happy Gilmore either, so maybe we should just put it on the poll.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And hope that the audience goes for it.
So the poll so far is Happy Gilmore, Get Him to the Greek. What were you going to put on Weekend?
I'm gonna put something else.
Okay.
I'm gonna put in Amazon's Roadhouse.
Oh, yeah, I've already seen that with Jake and Jake.
Oh, damn. Well, just put it in. Let's see if the patrons will give us this or...
Yeah, I won't spoil my opinions too much, but I overall liked it more than I disliked it.
Oh, really? Wow. There's hope for this fucking movie.
What about you, Aggie? What should the people vote on? Boys in the Hood 2?
Well, there's one real classic hood film. Actually, you know what? No, I know exactly what we need to watch. A real, super giga hood kino. Hustle and Flow.
What is that about?
It's basically about a brother from the streets who's out there getting money the wrong way. He's trying to get it the right way through the rap game. And unironically, it's probably a hood film that I've watched more than any other hood film because it is just actually a fantastic movie.
Oh, wow. Maybe we'll have to watch that regardless of the vote.
It was it had the second ever hip hop song to win an Academy Award and it was 3 6 Mafia's the only award winning song they had maybe. It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp, when he's trying to get that money for the rent.
Was Eminem the original winner?
Bitches talking shit. What's that?
Was Eminem the original rap Oscar winner?
Yeah, the Academy Award for 8 Mile, yeah.
Okay. Makes sense to me. Of course, Whitey would get it before anybody else.
Of course, yeah. I thought you were gonna go there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Choco.
That might be it for this wonderful PCP episode about
I don't get to make a suggestion for a movie?
You put on Happy Gilmore, but I guess we can have a fifth one. Go for it, E-Rich.
Fuck that.
You said
I'd rather put on...
Go for it.
I want to put on Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Leslie Nielsen
that's
again?
A great fucking movie. Yeah, I love that.
Mel Brooks parody movie. I've never seen it. I have no idea.
Is Leslie Nielsen in that?
Yeah, he is. He's Dracula.
Okay,
Dracula.
I approve. Okay, so no more Happy Gilmore. Go fuck yourselves. You can't vote for that
Maybe when
one.
Happy Gilmore 2 comes out, we'll put that on.
We'll do the duology. Well, everybody do some plugs and do some hugs.
Can I plug like just a moment of silence for Florian Himsel?
Oh,
Moment's
what
over.
happened to him?
Okay, yeah. So there you go.
Last I checked, him and Heartsy were reviewing the Sandy Cheeks movie.
What's a sandy cheek? What the hell? Anyway, so I am mostly on Is It Kino, so continue to watch Is It Kino, guys. And
That's a good plug.
yeah.
What about you, Aggie? You got a new YouTube channel, Yoker 2, popping off with some hit videos?
Well, I think I'm still, for this particular week or this particular time, I'm going to still plug the Rumble, because that's where it's rumbling at and bubbling at. The YouTube reemergence is still a slight work in progress. So rumble.com/c/Aggie White, all one word. I said last night, I said to my people, we've done how many streams in the last month? I don't know, let's say like 30 or something. Every single stream the views have exceeded my total follower count.
Oh, damn.
There hasn't been a single one that hasn't. So 100% of my audience watches everything at least once, if not twice. So if it's that good, it must be good to somebody. Come check it out.
And by the time this comes out, will it be safe to assume your first edited video movie review will be out?
I would say yes.
What movie are you covering?
It is a psychological horror film from 2009 called Triangle. I ain't gonna lie, basically sneak peek, it is some kino, and I'm looking forward to letting people hear my thoughts about it in a proper way.
Sounds good. What about you, E-Rich?
Yeah, you can find me on Letterboxd at Rowan1138. You can find me on Twitter at TZAREVAN. I'm sorry, X.com, the everything app. And then, yeah, just around, you know.
E-Rich has a lot of respect for J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk.
Hey, before we go, Weekend, how far away are you from the fucking Mudang Zoo?
What?
Do you know what the Mudang Zoo is?
don't you have Mudang where you are?
Mudang Zoo? The fuck is?
Yeah.
Weekend, it's been about a month since you were on. Do you have any China updates?
Right, yeah. I'm sorry. I was knee deep in my horse here in Thailand. So
yeah.
So I was in a haze. So yeah, I think I'll visit that with my bitches and hug the fucking cute hippo. Yeah.
But there's no updates on how China is ruining your country?
What?
China?
Thailand is a strong royal country, and the heathen Chinese would dare not attack our king, Mudang.
Mudang.
As a Thai doctor. Yeah, exactly.
You're not a veterinarian.
That's why it's named Mudang. Exactly, because our king is Wudang. Yeah.
Okay. Your king is Mudang.
Yeah, makes sense, right? Exactly.
I think my brain is melting out of my ears. Bye, everybody.
Bye.